up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jess. You're watching Keto Rewind, and today my mom is joining us. So I've been on like a carnivore, ketovore kick for a while, so I'm looking for other ways to get in my protein to keep things kind of interesting and fun and not quite so structured. So my mom surprised me with a recipe a couple weeks ago.
There's protein in it.
Has protein. And you know, I'm always battling her because this woman is the worst about hitting her protein macros. So
relentlessly.
So the fact that she found this recipe, made it, and then made it a bunch of them, and I tried it and it was amazing. I was super proud of her for that effort. So what are we making? We are making PSMF or PSMF Hot Pockets, PSMF calzones,
yeah.
You know, like a carnivore calzone. You can think of a million ways to name this particular recipe. So I'll let Mom talk about it, where she found it, and take it from here.
I think the original PSMF batter recipe, that's Maria Emmerich. But then I got this recipe from Keto Naturopath Kitchen. And her name's Judy, and she is Italian, so of course she took that recipe and made it into the calzones, and which immediately got my attention. and it's really cool because like we've changed it just a little bit, and the only we change you personalize to your own taste as far as ingredients. But her basic recipe came out, these make 3 huge calzones, and it was like about 240 calories, like what was it, 27 grams of protein.
Yeah, like, which is huge for this one over here.
And like 2 carbs. So it's really good. And of course that would vary depending on, your protein would vary depending on the meats that you use and the cheeses and things like that. And you know, strict carnivore, you probably wouldn't use the cheese, but
no, strict carnivore, you wouldn't use like the pork side. You'd maybe stick with sliced turkey, sliced chicken, you know.
So it's like one of those things, you make it yours by what you put inside it.
And how strict you choose to be. Like, I've already cut out so much foods just by going carnivore. I'm not going to stress out about whether the meat is sliced lunch meat or not. You know, I'll just get a good quality lunch meat, you know.
She likes to take things out. She tries to find ways to take things out to fit her, and I try ways to like, okay, I better get a little more protein in here. How can I do that? So it's like really funny because like she does, like she pulls, I put.
The two of us, we're 2 peas in a pod here. So, but the main goal is get your protein.
Yes, Mom.
So, but now that, you know, some variations I thought that could be real fun, it would be like you said fajita middle. Yeah. You could do Philly cheesesteak middle. You know, you could do a veggie one. You could do all kinds of delicious
breakfast
things.
One with cheese maybe, and bacon or sausage.
Taco filling. You know, any type of
taco. Taco. Maybe throw some salsa in there and some like not pepper jack cheese. That would be really good too. So it can be for any meal. That's what I like about it. It's really versatile. Plus, the other thing I like about it, they're really big.
They are big. I was impressed.
I eat a half. And
calories wise, though, they're like down. They've got high protein, low calorie. It's really good to get that volume eating when you're, you know, like me who likes to eat. Right.
And I found like if I wrap up my other half like in foil and aluminum foil.
What do you mean? You're not eating the whole thing? You don't want all your protein?
I gave it to Kyle the other day. He helped me out.
Can't win.
So, I mean, but they store well like overnight. So like if you have something that you need to have like a picnic lunch, or you're going somewhere and the kids are going, you know, whatever, to a birthday party, you can make this up ahead of time because it's really cool and it's really tasty and versatile and easy to pack, and it really is. It's a simple recipe. We're not going to put specific ingredients. Go to Judy.
Yeah, we'll link down below the recipe. Go there.
Keto Naturopath. But I'll basically tell you what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay. So, and I use egg carton egg whites for this. I don't use my nice eggs for this. I just use, and they whip up just fine.
Yeah. She's talking about these versus separating the egg.
Yeah, I don't separate. I just put them in there.
So what are you doing here?
So I do a little pre-prep, and you can also do this while your eggs are whipping, but it's just I'm the way I have to do things in order. You know, that's the way I am. So I lay out all my meats or whatever my fillings are going to be, and I already got them right and ready to go. And then I pre-measure and put everything in together and just
and it comes together really quickly.
And it comes together quickly. So the first thing I do, I think it's about 210 grams of the...
Let me change our camera angle here.
Okay. All right, so the first thing is the egg whites. That's about 210 grams of that.
If you don't have a stand mixer, a hand mixer is fine, or a whisk.
Because it's a low volume. And then your dry ingredients is basically your egg white protein powder, some salt, and some gelatin. Now, if you are real concerned about, because a lot of these breads come out very light in color, I guess Maria Emmerich throws in some allulose, and that acts as a browning agent. But
color doesn't.
You don't really need it. It just tastes too good. You get past the color. So that's all put in here, and then I just throw that all in here. And then what I do is I will add, again, this is by your own choice as far as seasonings. And this is, like I say, this is your pastry crust.
Yeah. If you're making like a Philly cheese sub, you might want more garlic and onion powder versus like oregano, you know?
But I like that nice strong pizza, because I want this like your pizza calzone, you get that flavor. So I put the garlic, I put the oregano, I throw in just a little bit more basil, and I throw in the Italian dry spice mix. I'm not afraid of that. And pretty much that's it. I take my little thingy here and I just kind of get it going. And you're going to put them on parchment paper that you've sprayed, or I just paint on a little bit of olive oil.
Avocado oil, she means.
Isn't there more protein in olive oil?
No. Speaking of oven, what temperature do I need to put it on?
Oh, good question. I think it's 350 for about 20 minutes. So you'll just beat these now until they're stiff peaks.
All right, we'll be back.
One eternity later.
And after probably 5 minutes solid.
It takes a while.
5 to 6 minutes, we are at the stiff peaks texture, I guess we want to call it.
Consistency, texture. All right, that looks perfect. All right, and now I have that where I've brushed on a little bit of olive oil. And you roughly want, like I say, you look at this and you pretty much mind, in your mind, you got 6 portions here. So,
Because you need a top and a bottom.
because you need a top and a bottom at one time. So I kind of put them like that. And then I take the back of a regular spoon, grease it up a little, and you form it. And you want it a little lower on the inside
To make a well.
because you're going to be putting, you know, your deliciousness in there. So you want it to, and you can make these any shape you want. I mean, I suppose if you wanted to make them tubular, you could.
Yeah, you can make them like a sub
Yeah,
shape.
you could do anything. That's true. Those breakfast things are usually kind of oblong.
It smells good already. Main thing is have them around the same size so that the cooking time is generally equal.
Right.
Same size and same thickness.
And I always start with the provolone cheese. So you know it's got to be at least the size of your cheese. If you think about that.
That would stink.
And I kind of push it in a little because I think it makes it a little deeper. Gives me a little more room for my toppings. And then I'll do my first layer of meat.
I wanted extra turkey, so.
Yours is kind of more like an Italian.
Yes.
And I think mine, yeah, I think they're all about the
That
same.
one, that's ham.
This
This
is
is
mine.
all boar's head sliced meat. So although they are still processed, because obviously it's sliced meat, but the fillers, there's nothing in there. And there's no sugar. And I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
And we have salami. And that is the oven saying it's up to temperature. So 350 degrees, 350 degrees.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be about 20 minutes.
And obviously your macros and how much protein and fat and all that you're gonna have is gonna directly go with what you've stuffed inside. So with
Right.
sliced lunch meat, most of that is real easy to track. You know, how many slices did you put in? So that's why I really like this recipe. Real easy. And then once you've logged it one time, make it the same way every time and you don't, it's just easy.
Right. Unless you change it up, make it yours, which I always encourage. All right, at this point, you're gonna put your little cover on. Now you do
we've
want to
used-
enclose it.
Yeah, we've done half the batter so far. So this is that we divide this last section back into another third.
I find it better with the spoon.
Yeah, spatula is a little too big of a tool for this job. And just like that. So we'll repeat the process and be back when it's time for the oven.
And then now that's pretty much done and they're all sealed up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a little more garlic because there's never enough garlic in my life. And make it pretty. A little more spice. Now another thing too is some people, they put a little red pepper on there, cayenne pepper. That's really tasty too. But pretty much that's it. It goes into a 350 degree oven. Take it out about 18 minutes. You're gonna spray it down and we'll put it back in for a few.
Okay, we'll be back when it's time to dig in. Okay, so the oven just beeped. I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you how pretty they are. Whoa. Isn't that looking awesome or what?
Now one final step. If you eat this when it cools down, the top gets sticky in your mouth and didn't like that. So if you do this one extra step, and you see how it works for you, but if you do this one extra step, I find this makes it perfect. There's no sticky topping that goes on it at all. So I just spray it with a little bit of olive oil.
Plus it gives it that more of a calzone flavor with the olive oil.
Right.
And also, being that I'm not worrying about fat right now, I'm doing carnivore, I don't mind putting a little drizzle of olive oil on the top.
I never worry about fat. You don't count butter and you don't count olive oil.
Don't listen to that. All calories add up.
Oh!
And by the way, this is one of the coolest kitchen gadgets I got for Christmas. And it's just you put your own oils in the spray bottle. So I have mine because I have one for olive oil and one for avocado oil. So I just put a Sharpie and put an O for olive oil, but my other one's for avocado. And each squirt is approximately a 1/4 teaspoon. So I'll link this down below, but they are awesome when it comes to cooking.
So what I do now is, now that I've sprayed it and brushed it on, I'm going to put it back in the oven for just a couple of minutes, but I'm going to shut the oven off. There's no need to bake it any further. They're done.
So about 5 minutes, you think?
Probably less than that, maybe about 3 minutes, just to warm up the avocado oil. I mean,
Olive.
oil.
And look who else is in here.
When do we eat?
When do we eat? He's
I'm
excited.
on the demonstration team.
Hey, how do you like Carnivore?
I love it.
We get your quick little interview.
I love it.
What is your favorite thing about Carnivore?
It's very easy.
The meat.
The meat. And what's your
meat's
least
good too.
favorite?
The meat.
I miss a salad once in a while and some veggies. So
Oh God,
But
there's
I
that
think-
shirt again. Let's just get there we go.
but I do like the weight loss that's coming from it.
And how much have you lost so far?
17.
17. 17, goodness, I've lost 10, so that is awesome.
I started at a higher point.
Alrighty, well, we'll be back when it's time for a taste test. Okay, so they've just come out of the oven and we're taking a pizza wheel, and if they, cook into each other, you can
That's
easily
easy.
run
Just
that
mix right
through.
up.
And then,
Hot.
whew, hot. Gotta be quick.
Gotta be quick.
And this one is not mine. This one's mine because I put a little thing here. So this one is Dad's. So let's take a peek inside. It's awfully thick. There's a lot of layers.
How's that?
Whoa, look at that. Does that not look delightful or what? Clearly, since we're doing a carnivore day, I'm not going to be dipping it in, but if it was a keto day, I would just use this sauce and dip it. But just for personal choice right now, I'm already breaking all the rules as it is, so we'll just save that for a day where it's a keto day. And it's, again, if it's your choice, a little sauce isn't going to wreck anything.
There's probably protein in it.
You wish.
There must be.
Maybe a gram. Let's look. There is 1 gram of protein in this sauce, but you'd have to have the whole serving, which is a 1/4 cup.
That's yours.
All right, and here is mine. I'll show you the inside here, angle. Look at that. Does that not look delightful or what? And I do like that it did fall down, because if it stayed as big as it was before it started cooking, there'd be no way you could fit that in your mouth. So in this case, I'm happy that it did fall after it cooked, and it's more of like a true calzone height, or like a stuffed pocket type sandwich. So anyways, that is it.